right, so welcome to day 4. We're going to talk about creating your list. This is the list of people that you're going to invite to your Beachbody Challenge group, or several Beachbody Challenge groups, or however many you want to start, or if you're going to use our Team Rhino challenge groups or whatever. This is the list of people that you're going to invite, okay? So we're going to talk about how you're going to do that. So on your 7-day quick start guide, they give you a list to use. It's got 21 spots on it. I actually want you to put together a list of 30 people. Okay, so let's do 30 people, because when we talked about earlier that we've pretty much come up with about 30 people invited gets you a 5-person challenge group. Okay, that's a pretty standard average. Okay, you may be may take you more than that to get 5, it may take you less than that to get 5, it just depends, but that's pretty average. So I want you to make a list of 30 people. So what we're going to cover today is who to put on your list. We're going to talk about the memory jogger to help you figure out people to put on your list, and we're going to talk a little bit about finding more people. I want to say though about finding more people, and I'll talk about this a little bit more, but I want you to not worry so much about the finding more people, especially at the beginning, because I guarantee you that you know hundreds of people that you can already invite. So going out onto Twitter and other places and finding cold leads and stuff like that, that's not number one. I think that's a fine thing to do in addition, but let's not focus on finding new cold leads. I want you to invite the people you already know, okay? These people you already have trust with, and let's get into this a little bit more, and that'll all make sense. So 21 to 30 people. The list, like I said, has 21 people on it. I want you to make a list of 30 people. Warm market. Warm market means the people that you already know or at least acquaintances with. So I mean, I consider anyone who you're friends on Facebook with to be your warm market. There may be some people, if you have been doing any kind of business with Facebook for any period of time, there may be some people on your Facebook that you don't really consider very close friends, and that's okay. But they at least know who you are because you guys have become friends on Facebook. So that's your warm market. In addition to family and other friends that maybe those are probably Facebook friends too if you're into Facebook. But that's warm market. Okay, cold market is people you've never met before. You're in the airport getting ready to fly somewhere and you go start up a conversation with somebody. That's a cold market. Somebody you meet new on Twitter that you've never met in person, or new on Facebook that you're meeting simply because of your business. Those are more cold leads. We're talking warm market. I want you to fill up these 30 people from your warm market list. I think that's the best way to start out. You can get into cold market a little bit later. Don't judge or pre-screen the people that are on your list. I think for your first list, it's okay to make your superstar list, right? The people who you really think are going to be want to be involved in this. But as you're making lists and continuing to do this, because this is what you're going to do, you're going to invite people to your challenge groups. Don't judge people based on, well, that person doesn't eat very healthy, I doubt that they would ever want to do this. Maybe that's the exact reason why they need to do this and why you inviting them. Maybe they've seen your stuff and they're like, I really need to eat healthier, but I don't want to, but I'm not going to contact him. And then you contact them and they're like, you know what? This might be a sign. I need to do this. Okay, so don't judge and pre-screen people and say, oh, well, they're too old to work out, or they don't have enough money to buy these products, so I'm not going to even ask them. It's like you don't know those people's situations 100%. You don't know what they're thinking. Don't judge or pre-screen them, okay? But like I said, for this first list, if you want to put together a list of the people you already think are going to be interested, that's fine, but don't in general judge or pre-screen people. Use the memory jogger. We've got the memory jogger on this page below this video, or somewhere on this page should be a link to the memory jogger. The memory jogger just has a bunch of words and things on it that can help you remember people that you know. Your dentist, the person who fixes your car or changes your oil, or whatever, people that you've talked to and that you are acquaintances with and know that could be good invites. Okay, it will help you make your list. This first 30 people is just the beginning, so you're going to need to use things like the memory jogger and your Facebook friends list to continue to create lists to continue to bring people into your challenge group. So use that memory jogger. Okay, so that is the basic way to create your list. It's pretty simple, especially for only 30 people. Most of you have over 200 friends on Facebook easily, many more than that. You can find 30 people to invite to your group. Now, what about finding more people? How do you find additional people, additional cold leads that you can turn into warm market that you can put on your list? One of the greatest ways is referrals. Once you get started with this, or as you're inviting people on this first list of 30, if somebody says no, or not right now, or I don't have the money, or whatever they say no, you can ask them for referrals. Ask them, say, well, do you know somebody else who might be interested in this? And they might give you a name of a couple people. You know, they may or may not, but you can ask for it. People that say yes, you can definitely ask for referrals. They're probably even more open to giving you referrals. So ask people, you know, do you, like when you get somebody in your challenge group, somebody says yes, you enroll them, you got them all signed up and everything. Hey, do you know anybody else that would want to do this with you? Because you're going to have more success if you're doing this with people you know. So let's get some people that are your friends into the group with you, and you guys can all do it, you know, and support each other in this group, along with some of the other people who may not be their friends. I've actually gotten quite a few people who say, yeah, actually my buddy's doing Insanity too, I'll get him in the group, and they bring them my way. Okay, so referrals are a great option. Cold leads, right? Cold leads, people that you don't know. You got to talk about this stuff everywhere you go. There's lots of opportunities to bring this stuff up with people, like I was talking about in the airport when you're flying somewhere, you're waiting in line somewhere, you're dropping your kids off at school. You know, you can wear P90X gear. People will ask you about it. Shakeology gear. Take your Shakeology shaker cup with you to the gym or wherever you're going. People will ask you about it. Those are cold leads. Those are ways to add people to your contact list, add people in to your sphere of influence so that you can invite them to these challenge groups. I'll give you an example of it. My kids go to preschool. I started, when I was training for an Ironman, I would drop my kids off at preschool, park the car there. I had my bike in the back. I was training for an Ironman. The kids were in school for 2.5 hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the afternoon. I'd pull my bike out of the back of the truck, head off on a 2-hour bike ride, come back, put the bike back in the car, grab my kids and leave. And that was my Tuesday and Thursday routine. So I'd go ride 30 or 40 miles and put the bike back in the car. One guy at school that drops his kid off at the same school is probably over 400 pounds. And he continued to see me doing these things every day. And he one day came and asked me about it. How long do you ride? And I say, oh, 30 to 40 miles. And to him, that was just incredible. Like, you know, oh my gosh, I can't believe you ride that much. I was able to talk to him then, and I used things like, he's a dad taking his kid to school at 12:30 on a Tuesday. Hey, what do you do that allows you to do that? And I was able to start a conversation with him, talk to him about my challenge groups. He's interested. He has not actually joined one yet, but it's someone that I've added to my contact list who I am looking to help. I need to help that person. And so I was able to take someone who, you know, I didn't actually know and start a conversation with them and get their contact information and start inviting them to a challenge group. So there's an example, dropping your kids off at school. All right. Let's see. Marketing, another great way to get more cold leads. Okay, so you've got Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Remember that marketing is not inviting, right? So when you're marketing to people, you're showing things like before and after photos of the $500 winners. You're showing what you drank that morning for breakfast, your Shakeology. You're showing what workout you did that day. Other people might be sharing that photo from your Facebook. You're getting, your sphere of influence is growing by that marketing. People are liking it. Other people that are friends of friends are seeing it on their page when your friends like it, and you start to get more influence that way. Okay, so doing some marketing on Facebook just by showing the things that Beachbody's doing, showing the things that you're doing related to Beachbody, showing the things that your customers or your coaches are doing related to Beachbody is a great way to get more cold leads. All right, so homework. This is a pretty simple one. Make your list. Make your list of 30 people that you're going to invite to your Beachbody Challenge group. Like I said, don't be scared about, you know, like pre-screening people and saying that person's not going to want to do it. Don't judge them. Let them make the decision. Make your list of 30 people. If you haven't already finalized the dates of your first challenge group, get those together, whether they're going to be our group challenge groups or if you're going to start your own. Make sure you know what that date is. About 2 weeks out is usually good. Then do some of the Beachbody Challenge training that we've embedded on this page for you. So we've got the 5-step invitation video with Denise Needham, And then my Beachbody Challenge training video that I made is also embedded here below. Okay, so that's your homework. Main thing is make that list and get ready for day 5, because day 5 is what I consider the most important of this training, and that is actually inviting. We're going to talk to you about some of the technique of inviting, help you make that 30 people you get 5 into 30 people you get 10. We're going to talk about that technique, okay? So get ready for day 5, and that's the end of day 4, guys.